Okay, so here we go. We are at 12 p.m. Well, not 12 p.m., that's not a time. We're in the PM phase, the evening phase. Game turn 12, and we do have an amphibious landing. So let's go figure out what's going on there. More stuff arriving. We like more treats. So game turn 12 is the 21st Regiment. I don't know what that means, because the 21st... No, okay, never mind. The 21st Regiment is actually the 3rd Division. That's actually really cool. And then 2 engineer units from the 3rd Division. So the 3rd Division is arriving. And then the 9th Regiment arrives on the 22nd. So what's the deal here? The 3rd Marine Regiment. Oh, it's the 3rd Marine Regiment, not the 3rd Division. The 3rd Regiment may be committed at any time, but the scenario is shortened by 6 game turns. Oh, that's a different... Oh, this is our scenario here. The 3rd Marine Regiment may be committed at any time after turn 7, but the scenario is shortened by 1 game turn for each day before game turn 64 that the regiment is taken. So let's say we took it today, right? Then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 days. So then we would lose 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 game turns. So the game would only go to here, to the 46th. And that's to get the 3rd Regiment. And I was getting this confused. It's not the 3rd Division. The 3rd Regiment is just the top row of, you know, so red, white, and blue there. Battalion 1, 2, and 3. So that 3rd Regiment is not coming into the game, but the other 2 are. And that's actually amazing news. So the 21st Regiment, the entire 21st Regiment is arriving. That's awesome. Okay, so we got to decide what we're going to do with this regiment, right? But where are they arriving? They're arriving in Y or B, so yellow or blue, and then 2 engineer units in the 3rd Division as well. So let's get this set up. So we have that's 2nd Battalion, Alpha Bravo, and Foxtrot. There's Charlie, and there's Echo. What's G? Is it Gato? Because it's usually the subs. The subs are named after them. I can't remember G. So there's your trivia question. What's G? I know I can Google it, but I like asking you guys stuff. And then I. Isn't that Indigo? And L, I can't even remember what L is. So no clue. K, I don't remember K either. See, it's funny because I don't get real deep in, it's not like I ever remember the whole alphabet. I just remember the early stuff. Because a lot of games, you know, start at letter A and then they end by H or whatever. And then also I play a lot of submarine games, and usually submarines are named after them. And then we have the HW. So I need to get some stuff out here. We need an engineer unit. So here's the 1st Battalion HQ. This is the 3rd Battalion HQ. And then we need... Well, hold on. What's this? Oh, I gotta pay attention to the number. This is the 9th Regiment. So let me get these guys. Those guys are with the 9th Regiment. Okay, we have that's third. I probably should have had this stuff set up at the start of the game, but I didn't do the 3rd Division because I didn't think they were even coming into the game. So my bad there. Here we go. There's 1st Battalion, 21st Regiment, and then we need the 21st Regiment. Regimental HQ is going to come out too, along with them. And then we need the 21st Regiment range marker, which I'm having a bear of a time finding. There's the 9th. That's because the range marker was the one I put down. This is the HQ unit. I'm a doober. Okay, and then it said 2 engineer units, any 2. I think there's only 3 in here. So here, I just picked 2 engineer units. It doesn't matter which ones. They all have the same abilities. Okay, so this range marker, I'm just going to go put over by the range markers. And it said yellow or blue is where they're landing. And I don't think it matters. What I don't want to do is blue too, because, well, I don't think black can shoot out here anymore. But I don't want to get them mixed in with this. In fact, I'm at a spot now where these guys can maybe just all go to the reserves so I can start getting points, because I don't need them yet. So I'm just going to go yellow 1 with 1 engineer. Here, yellow 2. And there, yellow or blue 1, like so. Okay, so I do have to shuffle cards. We actually ended up using the entire deck that last turn. And we have to do amphibious landing here. And I'm also going to check, is there anything else that's landing in game turn 12? No, that's it. So this game is pretty neat because we don't even have our core artillery yet. And that's coming on game turn 15. So there's some stuff that still is landing. And yeah, pretty neat. Okay, we are in the PM phase. There's no way these guys can get hit, so all I'm doing is checking for drift. And I hope you don't mind, but I'm just going to land them. There's no point in doing this. Fine, I'll check for drift. Yellow 1, no drift. Yellow 2, no drift. Blue 1, no drift. So they're all going to land. And I'm going to land these 2 like this. These 2 here, and then the engineer. These 2 land. These 2 land. And the engineer. And I assume the HQ I can put anywhere. So that's an interesting dilemma. Where am I going to put the HQ? Where am I going to need the 3rd Division? I think that there's some serious battles here. I think this is a seriously tough area. You got the airport there. You got a huge black zone there. And then this quarry is not going to be a simple task either. So I'm going to put him right here. I don't think I can get any closer at this time. So then these 2 will land here. These 2 land there. And you know what? If I would have been thinking it through, I would have put him over here. So let's draw. And there's no drift. And this black can't get hit because this is the one that was shooting there. And so he lands. Okay, so now we're in the HQ phase. And I'm going to pull my crazy stunt. I have nothing for the 3rd Regiment or 3rd Division to do. So I'm going to take the whole 3rd Division and move them all into the reserve. So every one of these is going into the reserve. And I'm going to make sure the engineers are in their own pile. We don't have any tanks, but that's okay. The engineer points are actually what we need. And everybody is going in the reserve. So we're going to get 4 points in the morning. And this HW unit, though, doesn't need to go to the reserve. So there's a part of me, it's like, oh, I'm going to keep him out. I'm going to keep him out. He doesn't have to go there. There's no benefit in having him there. There's no benefit in having the battalion HQs there either. So I can actually keep them out. So I don't remember which one was which, but one was there. And the second one was there, and then the third one was there. So we'll keep the battalion HQs out and the heavy weapons out, and everybody else, the whole regiment. Well, it does say the whole regiment. The HQ units don't count as the regiment, but I bet the HW does. So I'll put the HW there so we get the points. That's actually a good Board Game Geek question. Does the whole regiment mean you got to have the HQs and the heavy weapons as well, or is it just nope, it just says if all 3 battalions of the same regiment are in the reserve. So it's not the whole regiment. It's not that language. It's all 3 battalions. So HW comes back. Okay, so we do garrisons right now. And one's going here. One goes there. One goes here. I'm not sure anybody has HQ range up there yet, so I'll take that back. This green gets one. There's no line of fire on green anymore. I think that's all we get for now. Ranges go up. So these 2 go to range 2. This one stays at range 4, but it moves up 1. This HQ I put down is going to become a command post. Why not? Right? So while we're sitting in the reserve, we might as well start growing our range, right? So we got that done. And what's next for the HQ phase? Assign and tank engineers. Transfer units to the reserve pool. We can expend replacement points, but there's nobody injured in the reserve. And it's not morning, so we can't do it on the field. We have one unit that's become available. It says G224. So the 24th is busy taking this. So I will go ahead and he can't go in a line of fire, but this is free and clear now. I'm not as convinced on this one, whether this thing can reach there. So I'll put him here just to be safe. And off we go. So now we got to do the event next. So so what we have is Japanese depth. So that just means we add a depth marker, and I'm assuming it's always the lowest one, so it's over here. And there's only 2 depth markers left in Sector 1, but this guy's getting it. After we just pounded him down, he gets another one. And then we do the fire phase. which is going to be an interesting thing. So we don't want gold. We don't want purple. What do we want? I mean, that's the real question. Red would be an issue. No, it wouldn't be. Okay, so let's see what we get. We get gold and purple, and then a red star. Okay, well, all right. So that wasn't fun. This becomes that black thing again. So red isn't going to go here. Black is going to go. And if he can hit 2 units, he will hit a leader. So we have to deal with a couple of things here. One is his fire zones. This is an intense fire zone for him. And there is a circle, which we don't need a circle. He can hit anything. So he can hit this plus this, right? So he'll hit this leader plus that guy. And I don't think there's anything I can really do about it. So I'm going to take the losses. Although these guys could go there. So where else can we go, right? Where else is there an intense fire zone? He's going to do 2 hits. That's the bigger question. And by rule, he goes after the closest spot. So it has to be this one. So I'm going to take a step loss with this guy. I'm sorry, with this guy. And then this one will take the hit. That hurts, because I think I was going to use him to do close combat. But it is what it is, and there's not much I can do about it. So anyways, I didn't mean to jump ahead and do red first, but that's what happened. I'm looking at the other reds on the board, and we don't have any worries there. Now, the gold is an A action, and if you remember, that's an assault. So they're going to do close combat, and they go after whoever has the least pips. So they're going to do close combat with the unit that just got hit. So they're charging in because they have no remorse. So it's going to be a gold check. And he's not disrupted, so we got to hit him 3 times, and we only have 5 pips. So the first thing is he gets 2 for being Japanese, and that's it. And then we're going to get, since we have 5 pips, we only get 1 card. But we do have a flamethrower, so we get a 2nd. And we're in counterattack, so we get 3rd. Now, one rule I was forgetting, and it's identical to Palelu. So if you've been watching and wondering, why did they change it? When you're in counterattack mode, the Americans go first, as long as there's units near him. He just needs another unit in a hex next to him. And as long as he's supported by another unit in a hex next to him, we get to switch the order. And so we go first instead of them. All right, so it is gold because he's attacking from gold. It's not where he's attacking to. So we got to do a gold here. And we got it. Now they have a reinforced, so it cancels. So nothing happens. I hate that event. That's an awful event. And then he goes and misses, and then we go, and we got it again. So, but that only means he gets a disruption marker, nothing else. But he does lose his last card, which would have hurt us badly. So that's super good. Then we go with our last card, and we hit him again. So he loses his depth marker, which is good. I'll take that. We took no damage, and he got disrupted and took damage, so I will take that. So we'll put that back there, and this disrupted unit goes away. Okay, so that was gold, but we're not done. There's gold here, where this one gets, this disruption's going away, is what I was trying to say. And then there's this here, which I need to make sure. I don't think, if there's a fortification, I don't think they charge. So the assault action, one unit with a death marker moves into a, okay, that's turn 49. He's going to, oh gosh, they don't assault until turn 49. So what they're doing instead is they're firing, and if there's no artillery symbol, then they assault. So it's both. They fire and they assault. That's insane. So going back to that last guy, he would have fired, and I'm just looking for his intense zones. So one of these units would have taken a hit, and possibly one of these. So this one's already taken a hit, so he can't take another hit. So that means one of these would have taken a hit. And so we're going to damage the one on the bottom. So he fires and he assaults. But he assaults only if he does not have artillery. Okay, so that's the distinction. And if we come over to here, I'm willing to bet there's an artillery under here. Yep. So this one's not assaulting. This one was disrupted, so he can't do anything. This one fires and assaults. So he's going to fire onto this spot, and we take a damage. Okay, and then he's going to assault that same spot. Because remember, these are tunnels, so this is a position group. So he's considered here and here at the same time for the purposes of resolving his action. So let's just take care of this. These are our units, and he gets revealed, which is actually good for us. The fact that he has a CC on him stinks, but okay, so he gets 2 for being Japanese. He gets 1 for CC. And then we have 4. This is supposed to be like this. This is 3, 4, 5 pips. So we get only 1 card for that. And then we get 1 card for the flamethrower, and we get 1 card for counterattack. Okay, we do have units next to us, so we go first, and he's attacking from gold. So we hit him, which is good. And so he gets disrupted. That's the only thing that happens to him. He gets disrupted, he loses his top card, which was no big deal. So then he goes and see where it says US fire on counterattack? This is a counterattack. He's doing a counterattack on us. And so this is awesome, because I think this means, actually, since it's his draw, it just means that if it's drawn from the Japanese pile, it's treated as a no-hit even if it would have hit. If it's drawn from the US pile, it's treated as a hit even if you would have missed. And then, of course, it's a no event in the other case. So he didn't draw a gold anyways, but this is an awesome one for us. And then we go, and we're getting super lucky. We hit him and he lost his depth marker. And then he loses his last card. And then we have our last card, which doesn't hit him, but considering that he was attacking us, he's going to walk away disrupted, and he ends up in the next position hex. So he was in E5, but now he's going to end up here because he always goes to the closest spot. And then we go back. We did take a damage from his firing, but beyond that, we're okay. That was actually a real good outcome. we could have taken damage just from the counterattack. And then purple has an R, which is going to hurt us a little bit too. We've been getting pretty lucky on these fire phases, but this one's going to hurt us a bit. This one is reinforcing, or it's called resupply. He gains a depth marker and then he fires. And so that means he's going to hit 2 units instead of just 1. And so that's what's going to happen. So he's going to hit 2 units that are closest to him. And we're looking at this situation here where we're already disrupted. The whole stack is. And he goes after the most pips. So this one's going to get hit first. Yeah, that purple is just holding out like a boss. He's got so many medals, they're dragging on the ground. All right, so I think this whole stack is disrupted, but he's revealed, so we don't have to worry about that. We took a hit here, and then one of these has to take a hit. And they're both hit. So this last one is going to be a catastrophic loss. And so this is going to flip. And this is the 4th division. And that's our second one in the 4th division. And remember, we can go up to 4, but yeah, we just took a catastrophic loss. Now for the bad part. Black fires. And this black is disrupted, so he can only hit the solid zones, and the HWs and the stars, of course, don't get hit. But I think in here, we're going to take some damage. He's going to hit 1, 2, 3 times, and we have... This unit is going to take a loss, and that's going to be a catastrophic loss. So we're up to 3 now. This is an HQ, so nothing happens. And then I think this engineer gets destroyed. So it's out of the game. I think we can replace it, or we can rebuild the engineer, but the engineer does not count as a catastrophic loss. So we did not hit our 4 necessary to lose the game. And so that was 2 hits. He can actually still do 1 more. Oh, you know what? I don't think he can hit here. Look, there's no symbol. He can't hit there. All right, so we don't get a catastrophic loss. Let me fix this. We don't get a catastrophic loss, which is good. And we're still disrupted. Our engineer comes back. The artillery is still destroyed. He doesn't hit anybody. Unless this is... No, this guy already got hit too. Remember, he's disrupted, so he can't shoot beyond... He can only shoot the solid circles, is what I'm trying to say. So this does go away, though. He loses his disruption. Then coming over to here, this one already activated because he did the red action. So he doesn't get to go twice. This one over here does get to go, though. And I don't think we're in the solid zone of fire, though. We are in the half circle. And he's not disrupted. So we're going after circles. And that one does take a hit. So I got to deal with that. And that's unfortunate. We were just gearing up to be able to take him out. So he takes a hit. You know what? Instead of taking a hit, I'm just going to disrupt the whole group. That's how I'm going to handle it. Technically speaking, I only have to disrupt 2 units, so the HQ is not disrupted. I don't plan on moving them yet. When it's my turn, the HQ is going to charge him. So these other guys are going to just sit back. So I'm just going to disrupt them so he doesn't take a hit. You gotta start thinking that way so we can stop losing so many reinforcements, because we only have so many. Okay, that is the Japanese attack phase, which took quite a while. There was a lot of fire going on here, and I think we've been getting lucky many turns now, and so our time was due. So I'm looking at the sheet to the right here, and there's a second event phase. So let's see what our next event is, which is a good one. It's an airstrike. So I will take it. And so we get one airstrike. So this now goes up to a 3. And it is now our action phase. So if we're going to do naval strikes and airstrikes, we got to do them now. It's the PM. So we have to do at least one airstrike right now. I mean, obviously we can use naval strikes to help us with attacks. But airstrikes and naval strikes will help us to defeat forts and all that jazz. You know what the drill is. So I want to start here. Suribachi is our bigger problem. And we have a class 2 artillery, or class 2 there. This MG is actually pretty easy to take out, but the fortress below it is not. And so we're going to do our airstrike on that. So it is only a strength 5, which is not as good, and it is going to get shoved to the left. So the only way we're going to be able to damage the fortress is if we get a perfect match. So maybe we don't want to do this. I'm looking around. Actually, I got a better target. Let's airstrike this close combat guy who just got reinforced. So I'm going to do that. So we're going to go down to 2 airstrikes. And I'm drawing. And airstrikes, by the way, are a circle. And his color is purple. So we match the color, but not the... And it's a strength 5. We match the color. He gets disrupted and any artillery gets destroyed. I don't think he has an artillery. But he does get disrupted, which, if we're going to close combat that guy, that's important. Okay, I'm going to spend another airstrike because I'm at my max of 2, and I don't want to go over my max. We get another one at the AM turn, which is the very next turn. So we're going to get another one next turn. So I'm going to spend another airstrike and go down to 1. So we have room for another one. And where do I want to go now? I think I want to hit this guy because he's not disrupted. Actually, this other one's not either. I forgot. Black always, they always fire, so they always remove their disruption. I'm going to airstrike this guy. It's a little easier. No, it's not easier. Let's just airstrike him. Okay, so blue is near him, so we hit color, and then it's a triangle, and airstrike is a circle. So we matched on color. So the color only on a strength 5 would be awesome, but we have to move 1 to the left because it's a black. Hold on. That only happens if it's a hilltop. This one's not a hilltop. That's why I chose this one. I know there was a reason. See, this one's just a position hex. It's a black position hex, but it's not a hilltop. So we don't move 1 to the left, and we not only do we hit him, we destroy his artillery, and we can check to see if we get his fortress. So does he have artillery? No, he doesn't. He's disrupted, which is awesome. And now let's see. Remember, we're going to look at the landing color, and it has to match one of these 3. It's an orange, and it doesn't match, so that failed. Okay, so now I'm going to do a naval strike on this one. So let's go, and the naval gun needs a triangle, and we don't get a triangle, but we do get the color. It's a strength 6, but we have to go to a 5, and we only match the color. We do disrupt him, we destroy his artillery, and we get a chance to remove his fortification. His artillery is already destroyed. Disrupting him is always good. And then let's see if we get it. We got a red, no match. We did not get the fortification. This barraging thing is tough. Okay, so we still have one more naval strike and one more air strike. I don't know what to do. I'm going to use it all. So I'm going to blow the load here. Let's do another naval strike against this. And the red hits him. And it's a diamond, which is not a match. But that's enough to draw a card. And we got a brown, which matches brown. So we finally hit his fortification. So this class 2 becomes a class 3. Now here's what's awesome about this. Watch this. The class 3 gets revealed. Okay. Oh no! It still blocks us. I was hoping that we would have gotten one that doesn't block us anymore. But we couldn't blow a hole in the side that we needed to. We are still blocked from being able to attack this way. That is just, that's just brutal. Yeah, it's brutal. Okay, airstrike. We're going to do this one because this other guy was a hilltop. So we can't shift one to the left with the airstrike. So I got a diamond, which we needed a circle, and the blue matches. So that's the nice thing about these black positions. It's real easy to match the color against the black positions. So the barrages and stuff are a tad more successful against black positions. So as you know, we don't shift left, and it's the same deal. We disrupt them, and that's a red, which doesn't match, so no luck with the airstrikes. Okay, so now we start our action, and now we're going to tank barrage the crap out of them. So I think I could eliminate the unit and even the depth marker, because he needs a flamethrower and an MG, and then he needs a flank and a Browning. Well, we have the flank if we attack from here and here. These guys have MGs, Brownings, and flamethrowers. All of them do. And so then it's just a question of, can we defeat him? This here is a ×2. In this particular terrain, it's a ×2 because we're not on a hilltop. So this 3 becomes a 6, and that 2 becomes a 4. So it's a 10. I need 20 strength to attack him. And then the level 2 fort adds 2 more strength. So I actually need 22. This is 9, 18, 27. I have 27 if I attack with these 3 units. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And so now the problem is that's 27 versus 22. And so now I want to get my ratios right. So if I do 27 divided by 22, I'm getting a 1.22, which is closer to a 1-to-1 ratio. And against a unit with a revealed depth marker, that would be a JD, which is just disruption. So I want a better outcome than that. I do match all the weapons, so I need to add more strength. So first thing I'm going to do is the 4th Artillery is going to add 3 points to it, right? So that gives us 9 times 3 is 27, plus 4 is 31 now. So 31 divided by 22 gets me to 1.4. And I'm going to round up or down, whichever is closer. 1.4 is closer to a 3-to-2 ratio, and that's a JX, and that means that the depth marker is eliminated. So that's better. So now here's the question. Do I use tanks to barrage or to help? And that's the million-dollar question. Now, the crazy talk here is I actually have range 2. Now, I'm going above a bluff, so these are all cut in half. So this is a 3-2. So this is 3 plus 8 is 11. There's another tank. That's 4 more for 15 and 4 more for 19. So if I do a 31 plus 19, well, 19 divided by 2, because remember I'm shooting over a bluff, that gets me to 40.5. And if I divide that by 22, I'm at a 1.84. That's not quite 2-to-1. 2-1 still does not defeat him. I need 3-1. So at 22, I would need 44. Holy cow, I need 66 strength. I'm assuming that I can't shoot over a hilltop to get to the other side any more than he could do the same to me. So remember, if he can't see you, you can't see him. It's that kind of rule. So I've been saying that none of these guys can get hit. That means that they can't hit him. Now, a barrage is a little different because you're shooting blindly and somebody else is spotting for you. But I can't get enough strength to destroy this thing. But by using these units here, which I'm not sure I wanted to do because I wanted to move them in to do manual close combat, but by using these units here, I'm able to at least destroy the depth marker. So I'll do that. Depth marker destroyed. So that was just a normal attack against them. What happened to the rest of the unit? Oh, it's this guy. Okay, depth marker destroyed. He is disrupted. Close combat could help. And then I'm just going to barrage with my tanks. And let's see what we can get with the barrage. The barrage, I think, needs to have a perfect hit. But I can combine my tanks, 2 of them together, to get to a 6 strength. So that's what I'm going to do. And the rule is the tanks have to be next to each other in the same space. So here's 2 in the same space. They're 3 spaces away. So these 2 will hit for a 6 strength attack. And there's 1 here. There's 1 here. Okay, so if I would have thought it through, this tank would have joined in on the attack, and this tank that's in this pile would not have. So that way these 2 can barrage. I mean, that was my intention all along. I know it seems like another renege situation, but that's certainly not it. Okay, so tanks. We use the symbol in the tanks, and I always forget to call that. So for this one here, we're going to use the triangle and then the triangle. We're using triangle for both. Okay, I'm just going to barrage them twice and try to destroy this fort. So here's the first one. We got a triangle and a hit. We got a perfect match hit at strength 6. It actually would have destroyed the depth marker. Oh, I'm so crazy. Okay, so then we see if we can get the fortification, and it's a red, and it's not a hit. So then the next barrage is a miss, and oh my gosh, we might have a miss completely. So if you look here, there's no red near him. There's no green near him. There's no brown near him. Unless I got it covered up somehow. There's a green here, but it has to be 3 spaces away, and it's 4. There's a purple here. There's a gold, a blue, a purple. I don't see a brown anywhere. Although browns are hard to see, I don't think there was a brown here. So I completely missed. And so here's what's crazy. Look, if you completely miss at a strength 6, it's still an asterisk. So we still get to possibly destroy the fort. Isn't that awesome? All right, let's see if we do it. Yes, we do. Okay, so he gets downgraded to a class 3. And we got a little bit lucky because he's only blocking like that. All right. So, yes, it takes a lot. And if we, I can't barrage him and attack him at the same time. So just reverse my attack, folks. My attack, all it did was remove their disruption marker, and my barrage removed their disruption marker. It was way more important to destroy the fortress than it is to worry about my tank or the attack. So all these units are able to attack now. So let's think about that. This one for sure can defeat this unit. So I'm going to do that. This guy is eliminated. And if you're confused, I can't barrage and attack in the same turn. So it was one or the other. So I took the barrage outcome. Okay, so he did that. This one is going to move in to take this spot. But now we got this crazy thing where I have to draw a card and see if I get a gold. And I draw a card, I did not get a gold, so I guess we're okay. So now I take it and I'm safe. Really crazy rule. And so the idea here is I'm going to get this thing revealed soon. These two. This is a fire zone for orange, but it's not a heavy fire zone. Obviously, I have a bunch of stuff disrupted. Obviously, orange is a pretty big menace over there. But it's not black. I mean, that's the only reason why the quarry has not been pounding us as much as black does. I need to get these guys out of here. With the disruption, I don't have to worry about muff or any fire. So I'm just going to move one space to there. And then this big train of units is going to come in. Minus the tank. Because we fired with that tank in the barrage. But this tank down here will just move up and join us. So it's going to be the same outcome. I don't think anybody else can do anything there. I do want to take this guy out, but let me remove my disrupted markers here, here, and here. And yes, we're going to take them out, and we're going to... see, this guy only has 3 steps. He's going to only get to draw 1 card. It's really brutal, and I can't attack with these guys because they were all disrupted. That's my only hope. And he now has a depth marker. Or what the hell is this? That's not a depth marker. Yeah, we definitely haven't seen that one yet. So I'm just going to put that back. I think I just grabbed from the wrong pile. So the depth marker would have been this. That close combat requirement is tough. I need like engineers and other things to help me, and I've been dedicating all my tanks to take out this spot. So I have what I need here, because I think there's a tank and engineer up here, but he was disrupted, which we agreed was not a problem. So I'm going to move this forward so we can get this revealed. These guys are disrupted until next turn. These two could help with the attack. I think I want to get rid of his depth marker because he's only strength 2. So I'm going to attack with this guy who's strength 6, and then these two are both 8, which is, yeah, 6 and 8 is 14. So I'm going to triple him, and then his depth marker is going to get destroyed. And you can verify that. We're 3-1. But we don't meet his requirements, so we're 2-1. And he has an unrevealed depth marker, so it's a JX. And you can see that his depth marker is eliminated. So we're able to eliminate his depth marker, which wasn't bad. I like peeking at him. I know I'm not supposed to. And so that makes the close combat against him easier, because now I need 1 less hit to kill him. And he's going to get 1 less card. So... we're just going to prep ourselves that kind of way. Now, I have 2 infantry units here who are waiting for something to do, and I'm going to move them over this tank to just help there. This tank is still sitting here with an infantry unit in the command post, but we're going to be fine there. There's so much going on. I'm at 50 minutes, and I didn't even ramble or look up rules on this turn. We've done everything we can do here. The only other question is do I want to start bull rushing this? And I don't. I'm just going to come here and explore what he is and then be done. One thing that I think I need to do. So here's the rules with this. He has 2 fortifications. This one's still unrevealed. We have to destroy this one before we can reveal that one. But here's what I want you to understand is that this one gets a depth marker and a unit. So the very first time we try to reveal that, a depth marker and a unit's going to get added to him. So just because we're destroying the stuff above, it's like a multi-level complex. And so we're not even close to done with this. And so that's what's so interesting about that one. But the thing is this guy's disrupted. Because when he shot at us, he wasn't revealed yet. So we're going to disrupt him. And I do have this HQ unit that can try to attack him, but he needs close combat. I'll draw 1 card for a flamethrower, and that's it. He'll draw 2 cards, so he could annihilate me. I don't know if I necessarily want to take on that. But this guy here is an HQ, so even though we're way out of command, he's going to reveal this blue and attack it, and he needs a mortar and a bazooka. We had the mortar, but we don't have the bazooka. So that's unfortunate. But we were 3 to 2. Which is what? 1.5? 3 to 2 is actually right here. And it's dropped to 1. So he's going to get a depth marker. And then we go here. And it's a J/R. So it's going to be a revealed depth marker. Actually, it may not be a 3 to 2 after the depth marker comes out. So the depth marker, the next one, is actually a tank. So what do I do in that situation? I think I have to just draw the next one. So a tank is coming. And all right, so yeah, I have to reveal the depth marker or otherwise I won't know what happens. So it's a CC2. So now it's a 4 to a 3. So I'm at a 1 1/3. So what is that? That's a 1 to 1 outcome. So we're at 1 to 1, which is revealed. Okay, but we have to go up 1 because I don't have the weapons requirement, so it's no effect. Okay, so we've done this many times. It's just I always get confused with how it plays out. So yes, I ended up giving him a depth marker, but I revealed him, which is, we constantly have to do it anyways. So now the question comes, I mean, I can pile on a unit, but now he's going to damage 2 units. This one I will move. I'm going to move this one 3 spaces, in fact. And he's going to get this unit. So we're going to blow the crap out of him. This one here requires close combat. We're disrupted on one of our units. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. He is disrupted, so we don't have to worry about mug. Ooh, we have a tank. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We're moving forward. And I'm going to move forward again, and let's try to take this spot right here. So we're going to draw, and let's not get a gold. Of course we get a gold. Okay, so then they get a unit, just the unit, I believe. What a silly rule. Even sillier. I'm getting tired because it is quite late at night, and I'm having a harder time finding the rules. Sometimes I'm looking right at the rule and I'm still turning the page. Oh. Reserve rejuvenation. Immediately use the drawn unit to conduct infiltration fire. After resolving the fire, if the U.S. unit can enter the hex and conduct close combat normally, it can. If no Japanese units are left in reserve pool, ignore this. So, it's got to be in communication. That's another thing, which it is. So, even though it's revealed, it doesn't necessarily fire. And, oh, I'm such a goober. It's just a unit. It's not a depth marker. So, so he gets drawn and he is revealed. So he's this guy that needs a bazooka and an MG. He's actually pretty easy to kill without close combat. So now he does concentration. He does an infiltration check, but it's a concentrated infiltration check. So if I draw an orange, I get hit, and of course I draw another orange. So one of our units gets hit. It's going to be one that has the most steps. And then we are going to initiate close combat with him because we're not fooling around. We're going to take the spot. So he gets one card for being Japanese. Oh, I revealed it. Anyways, fine. He goes first. I'm so sorry. So I revealed the card. But let me get my cards before we keep going. I have 3 steps. Plus 4 is 7. Plus 4 is 11. Plus 2 is 13. So we're going to get all 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is going to hurt us because it's a reinforce. So he gets another card and he gets a depth marker, which is again not a tank. I don't know when the tank would ever appear. That's the part that's, you know what, I bet there's a rule for this, and I bet it's going to just appear at another position. Let me check. This might be the last bastion of rules that I haven't bothered reading 30 times. In other games, the tanks are there at the start of the game, and they're either, unable to move or unable to do something for a certain number of turns. I know they're here somewhere. We've skipped them a lot because the tank section has not been needed. Oh, come on. Tanks, where are you? I'm looking at the index right now. $37. It's getting into tank actions and all that stuff, but it doesn't talk about how a tank actually gets onto the board. You know what? I'm just going to draw another depth marker besides the tank, and then when I'm more awake tomorrow, I will see if I can find it. There might be somebody on Board Game Geek that asked about it. The tank thing is weird in this game. So what happens is he just got a depth marker. So now it requires even more hits to kill him. So that's what that reinforced did, and it gave him another card. So it's a bunch of crap. He draws 2 oranges in a row, so we better get an orange here, and we do. So thank you. I'm going to stop complaining. So we get a depth mark or disrupted for him, and then he loses his last card. So now we can just crush him. We do have the reinforce, which means that this cancels. And then we get to crush him again. So we're getting really lucky here. This gets removed, the depth marker he just drew. And then we get to go again. Nothing happens. And then we go again. And we eliminated him completely. Now, he is in communication. He tries to move to the next space over, but it's occupied. So then he goes back into the reserves. That's what happens. He does not get eliminated completely. He was an elite unit. Okay, so all of that just to take a spot. That's crazy cray. So getting back to all this, you know, this guy can do 1, 2, 3. And we have an HQ here. That'll move there. He's in the 23rd, and so he'll pick up this one, which is his son. He's the papa. And then these two can go there. And then we just want to get stuff out of dodge here. So 1, 2, 3. Actually, I don't want to land here because those are, they're not bulldozed. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 over to there, because that's part of the 26th. Oh, this is part of the 27th. He's going the wrong direction, this guy. Let me move him back. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's part of the 27th. And this guy just loses his disruption. This one is part of the 26th. So yes, we'll move him up to here. And then this one, 1, 2, 3, like so. Okay, so we're just spending our turn, moving everybody up. I'm over an hour on this turn already. I just can't do these in less than an hour. This is a very long game. So now we got the final area here. And I do have tanks that can barrage, and they will. And I'm not going to be wishy-washy about it this time. This tank is a circle, and I'll take the circle. And then there's another set of tanks somewhere. Here's some. Those are triangle. So the first card will be a circle. The second card will be a triangle. I know I have another tank here, but it's not 2 tanks. We want to do 2 tanks because that helps us get the fort. It's all about the fort. Now this tank is actually out of range, so I can't do it with this tank. So these tanks need to move, and they will move to here. Nope. These guys will move to here, and then these tanks will move to here, and now they are in range. So these tanks can't fire this turn. This tank could fire. Well, why do I do this? And this unit was there. Okay, so I only get to do 1 fire, and it's with these tanks here. So it's a triangle. Let's go. Triangle. I got a triangle. I got a gold. It's a perfect hit. I don't think it matters that much, but the perfect hit would destroy a depth marker if he had it. But we actually have to shift 1 to the left. So it still destroys a depth marker. And then it gets the artillery. It disrupts him. Let's see. He doesn't have a death marker anymore, but it would be nice to kill that fort. So let's hope. We got to get it. Let's get it. It's a blue. No. I do have artillery left. A 3 barrage artillery does not do the job. So I'm, looking at my division artillery, for example. That won't do the trick. So what do we need to do here? This guy just needs a radio and an MG to be killed. He's on Rocky. So it just means when we attack him, we get our attack cut in half. So we just need 6 strength, and he's dead. This guy is hurt, but we have we have 2 hurt units here, but he has 10 strength. Cut in half would be 5. That would not be enough. We can do artillery to support that, and we just need 1 point of artillery, and that would do the job. So now these guys could try to manually attack, close combat this, because they do have the ability, but we only have 4 pips and a flamethrower. I mean, I guess that's something. This one would be a 4, and then this would be a 4 plus 3 is, plus 4 plus, 3. Here. This is an 8, and that's a 6. So it'd be 14 divided by 2 is 7. So 4 plus 7 is 11, but we have to divide that in half, and we would get not quite 6. So under the same calculation, we would need 1 point of artillery to take this out. So here's what I'm going to do. This guy is moving into this empty spot. I know, heaven forbid. And then we got to not get an orange. And of course we get an orange. So a reserve unit is coming. Okay, so it's this guy. And he is, of course, all angry and stuff. So now he's going to try to hit us. And he does. So we take its hit. It's a bunch of baloney. And so now we got to decide, are we going to close combat him? He just needs a flamethrower and an MG to be killed. So my answer is no. So I'm going to come back here. His turn is over. So now I am going to take this on with this, and I just need 1 point of artillery. So that's the 5th Division. We have plenty of artillery here. So 5th Division is going to spend an artillery point, and that allows us to destroy him. Now, he can trace communication, and so therefore, so actually one of the things I want to do here is, this was only a 2 strength unit. I'm going to use these units back here to provide the strength instead of the headquarters. So the headquarters did not act yet. And you know why I'm doing this. I'm doing this so I can move in. So that's the idea. But anyways, this guy did have communication, but he had nowhere to go because this one already had a unit. Otherwise, he would have just moved to there, which would have sucked. So he does go back into the reserve pool. And we're going to move in here, and then we have to draw because every unoccupied hex. So there is no gold, and we got it for free. So we're in here with this HQ, and we finally took it. Okay, so now why am I doing all this? Because this guy is still left, and I still have, actually this one would have been a 3, which would have been, yes. So this guy is still left. This one is the one that supported the attack. And then these 2 are still left to support this attack. And what I'm trying to do is take this thing out. Our attack would be cut in half. So this is 4, cut in half is 2. And this is 8. That's still 10 points against 3. Okay, so 10 against 3 is 3-1. And we have a flamethrower and an MG. That's what I'm trying to get at. So JE means that he's defeated. And this guy, oh my gosh, he's going to get communication because this does not cut off communication. Oh, you suck. So I'm not going to defeat him yet. No, I'm going to defeat him anyways. He's gone. So he just lives to fight another day. If I would have had communication cut off, I would have eliminated him for good. But you just saw what happened there. And it is an empty spot. I can't go in and take it. And my apologies. This is a really confusing thing. There's so many ways to skin this cat. This guy is still stuck and waiting for something to do. So what I can do is I can assault him, but this is not strong at all. So I want to get out of this space. And the thing is I can reveal this one, which would be helpful. And then this one here actually would be helpful to move. Ah, gosh, darn it. This cannot move here because there's a bluff and there's a tank in this guy. So what this guy is going to do is he wants to move here. So this guy is going to reveal this unit by attacking it. And who's going to help him? So he has 12 strength. And we can add 8, 6, 8, and, well, this would be 4 plus 3 is 7 more for 19 strength. We can do 19 strength, and we can even add these guys. They can shoot from 2 away for 12 more, which is 6 more. So that'd be 25 strength against this. Okay, he is going to get a depth marker because this is a fortification. So we're going to attack it with 25 strength. He gets a depth marker for this fortification. First thing we do is reveal this, and we find out we're blocked, and then that disrupts us. So that blows chunks. What color disruption are we using? Green. So not only did we not reveal it, but that happened. So then we have a problem. We are sitting on, okay, we're not on a red field of fire. This red field of fire is only because of him. So we're going to move over. This is an engineer unit, so that lets us move into rocky terrain with a tank. So the engineer unit was basically able to clear the path. So this tank was able to move here. We are in his field of fire, which is going to be a problem, but this guy is going to be able to obliterate him, though, if we can stay alive. And then these guys are super powerful as well. So they're going to move into his spot. And I already moved these tanks. These two, this guy has already taken a step loss. And these two would like to get up here. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to move up here, and then this guy took a disruption. So we got some strength approaching this mountain. We're just having a hard time because of the angles, right? They're blocking certain attack angles, and so that's making it really hard to take Suribachi. Okay, that finally gets me to the end of my turn. Well, no, it doesn't. We have these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now we're done. Okay, hour and 14. I can do better. Oh, we're not even done. We got to do artillery. Oh, what am I talking about? Okay, zone 1, divide by 5. His artillery is 6, but he only gets to use 2/3. So his strength is 4. 4 divided by 5. I think we're going to round up to 1 there. So 1 unit gets hit. Oh, who's the lucky group to get paralyzed? This guy. So we're going to disrupt. Oh, we can't disrupt the headquarters. So who's our lucky guy to get paralyzed? These guys, they still can't do squat. So we're going to paralyze them. Okay, Sector 2, divide by 8. So we know Zone 1 is 6, divided by 3, of course, which is 2. So Zone 1's only contributing 2, and the other one is 25 divided by 6 is 6.16 divided by 8. 1 unit gets disrupted, and here we go. We got another one there. And then Zone 3 is 25 times 2 divided by 3, which is 16, plus Sector 4 has 10 divided by 6, because it's 1/3 of Sector 4. Or no. He's not 1/3, because he's able to point all of his points in. It's divided by in half. So it's 21. I forgot to even draw. It's divide by 8. So 2.7 units. So 3 units are getting hit in Sector 3. We have a lot of units in Sector 3 now, and we have another black zone that we can be quote-unquote close to. But nothing's as close as these guys. So here's 1 unit. I'll go ahead and disrupt that unit. And this unit. And this unit. Oh, hold on, this is 2 units. So there we go, we're done. 3. Okay, now we're finally, we got to do the raid phase, but I'm looking real quick and there's nobody getting raided, so we're fine. Nobody's off on their own. Okay, so thank you. This concludes the evening of February 21st. So we are moving to the morning of February 22nd. So we got a big morning phase coming up, and I will see you in a few.